Welcome back to Let's Play Medieval 2 Total War England Campaign, episode the 5th with me, Squawker. And when we left off, we had fought in 2 different siege battles. The siege of Caernarvon Castle ended in a pretty nasty rout, where I learnt that spear militia aren't really a very good offensive unit, so I'm just going to throw more spear militia at the problem, but actually fight the battle a little more competently by this time. We're just going to ram that gate down and flood the area. And we also fought the siege at Rennes, which got a little bit hairy, but luckily we managed to prevail and take the town. However, the town needs a lot of work on it, so we're working on it by getting a palisade and a grain exchange, which will then be followed up by a town watch. And since we have a little bit of money gifted to us by the Council of Nobles, I guess we can spend a little bit of money this turn. I've already spent it on recruiting additional levy spears in Nottingham in order to shore up our numbers. However, maybe York and Cayenne can get some more attention. Cayenne naturally needs to continue with its recruitment policy, so we're going to recruit an additional unit of billmen to keep an eye on the area. And we're also going to work on... Ooh, so many choices. We'll get some dirt roads set up in case we need to do a rapid response to any trouble in Rennes. Or Rennes, or whatever I'm going to call it today. London is absolutely fine for the minute. We don't necessarily need to bother with any recruitment at the minute, so we'll just keep on going as we're going in London. Hopefully that market as well will also make life a little easier for us. York needs something to do as well, so Prince Rufus, who has recently been married, is currently governing the area. We are going to work on some... I think dirt roads are very tempting as well. I think, yeah, we can try and be a little bit more civil with York. So we are going to work on some dirt roads. In terms of recruitment, a unit of mailed knights would go nicely. How much do you guys cost? Oh, well, 250 a turn for upkeep. Right, we're not going to go bananas on recruiting those guys, then. Anyway, that is pretty much the end of the turn, so we're going to move on to turn number 10 next. And just as an FYI, what is going to happen, every 10th turn is where we're going to do our progress review now, instead of every 10th episode. Since in this game, I actually know what turn it is, but it's come at the cost of not knowing what fucking year it is anymore. What is that over there? I can see some campaign map, like, here's Krakow and Budapest. The more you know, I guess. But yeah, I feel like every 10 turns is actually just a good area just to take stock. I mean, obviously in this early stage, you know, turns go quite quickly, but as we get later on, obviously it's going to take us longer to do a turn. It's also pretty much where I'm going to end an episode, but I think I'll make a special case this time since, well, I don't think we're going to be doing any fighting on turn 10 since we are basically regrouping. So, that being said, let's move on to the next turn and see how we've done in our first 10 turns. I managed to successfully infiltrate Iverness, by the way, which is currently being held by several Highlanders, some rabble, and Highland archers. I suspect, though, these may be quite tough units to bring down. Still, I have designs on this place, since the Scottish clearly don't.
Continuing once I have rested.
Yeah, we know that he got into the city properly. At least I think he did. Yeah, he's still there. I thought that might actually just been a video saying, oh, he went and died at some point as well. Right, anyway, traits increase. Richard now is a spy. Well done on becoming a professional spy. That merchant as well is moving closer towards us. I suspect he may be up to something.
Service.
I think he's going to try and buy us out.
An opportunity for coin, my lord.
However, yeah, my merchant is not going to win. Maybe heading to Nottingham for a little bit and
journeying onward.
Stay there and get better at your job or something, right? End of turn report, by the way, reads as we've made money. We actually are now a little richer, but this was really because we got a windfall from the Council of Nobles who have yet to give us a new mission. so obviously we can't be too reliant on them. Construction report, by the way. London has established a market, Caen and York some dirt roads, and Rennes has repaired its walls and is now working on a grain exchange. So that is all excellent. What does a grain exchange get me anything extra, by the way? It will just enable the recruitment of merchants. Good. And also in terms of additional recruitment, Nottingham has recruited 3 units of levy spears, Caen some billmen, and York some mailed knights. Okay, so before we do anything in this turn, what kind of money are we running on? We're running on a profit now, but only a small one, but good. We're moving in the right direction. We'll try and use this money that we've earned this turn to continue increasing our financial power. So we're going to basically bolster our army here, and basically this time I'm leaving nothing to chance. It's mega spear spam. Henry, join up and we'll make our way to Caernarvon. And yes, it is a huge force, it's just several friggin' spearmen.
I tried whipping them, sire, but the men are spent.
Yeah, don't whip my men, please. I don't have much love for these guys, but, you know, try not to be nasty. We also have access to mercenary crossbowmen, by the way, and Welsh spears. How do these guys actually weigh up against my spear militia? They come with 7 attack, charge bonus of 3, and 6 defense. My guys have an attack of shit all, a smaller charge defense, but we're actually slightly better in defense, so I guess that's good, but yeah. Spear militia do not do well in the attack. I also have the levy spearmen as well. Well, I just levied, but yeah, I don't think these guys have been trained much better than the militia unit. At least, I don't know, maybe that's where the difference is as well. Maybe like levied units are slightly better trained. Maybe not. Maybe I'm making that up. Captain Anselm, by the way, moving to Caen, and get your men retrained and replenished, please. Except we can't recruit any more billmen, so we'll just have to disband them then. Get disbanded, you're no longer of use to me, right? Excellent. So, Bruges does remain a target I would like to take next within France, as does Bordeaux, though I suspect the Spanish could be moving upon it. I don't have access to a spy in the area, unfortunately. I need an agent of some sort to start moving around and keeping an eye on things for me. Perhaps if Caen was to establish a chapel, we could start recruiting some priests, so we're going to work on that. Priests could keep an eye on some things for me while under the guise of being a nice holy man. As for you, Laurence Bedell, we won't talk with Captain Ludwig. Talk to the people of this nice big imperial town, the town of Bologna.
Is there something to discuss, mein guter Mann?
I'm not a German, I'm a Britishman, or an Englishman, or a Norman. Anyway, I wish to... By the way, what do we know about them? This is Emperor Heinrich himself, by the way, who is actually quite chivalrous, so that's quite nice. Mixed reputation, however, modest power, meagre wealth, and they're Catholics as well. I offer you trading rights, and I also offer you map information as well, because I would like to know. Right, let's make the offer.
Nein, this is not likely to happen.
I am not paying 690 florins. Right, counter for counter. I won't bother with map information, just trading rights.
I see no reason why not. We accept.
Thank you.
Until
right.
next time.
At least we're trading with them. Okay.
Without
next place, Laurence.
Sire.
Actually, I should have gone to Venice, shouldn't I? Fuck, right.
Yes, sire.
Go chat with the Venetians next turn, please, and then we're gonna make. Then I should have another. I wish I had a princess or something in this area. By the way, this is a very, very tackily designed campaign map here. What is this shit going on here? Path blocked. By the way, for Laurence Bedell, but whatever. Right, Cardinal.
Yes, Your Highness.
Continue your path southwards.
In God's name.
I hope he doesn't get assassinated by the Moors, by the way, but... This is Aston the Preacher now. He preaches in Moorish hostile lands. He isn't afraid. Well, Kairi is having a lurk around.
I am spent, sire.
Still,
I shall continue tomorrow.
Who are you, by the way? You are a rebel family. Oh, apparently these are Spanish rebels.
Leave these lands, infidel, or I shall remove you. The Sultan will be most pleased at your demise, infidel.
Than a sultan gives a shit about me. He's just got desert archers. That's obviously
Continuing
something you naturally
once
see
I
in
have
this
rested.
area. Alright, you move into there, Laurence, and start making that area a bit more Catholic. It is majority Catholic, but not by a lot. Now, I do want to take Bordeaux. I would love having hold of that area, so we need to plan a move on it. Should send a, send a troop of spear militia scouting.
Yes.
I want to find out what the haps is, and France owns it. Frig, right.
By
Head
your
back
command.
when you can, then. We'll let the French have it for now, but as far as I know, no one owns Bruges yet. We're going to need a determined attack force to take Bruges, so let's make sure we're making the most of our recruitment slots. Recruit an additional unit of levy spears and an additional mailed knight. If we're to take that time, we're going to have to fight for it very, very harshly, but yeah, this is actually going to wreck my finances, but I feel like time's
Fleet
ticking.
ready, sir.
Nigel, can you have a little sail around and
Yes,
see
sir.
what we can find
Full
out
sail.
about Bruges as well? The town's strong, but Antwerp is nearby, as well as a Danish merchant. So Bruges still holds on to a strong defence of Flemish pikes, crossbows, armoured sergeants, and mailed knights. I think what we need to do with Bruges is... It might be easier to take Antwerp first, actually. But Antwerp apparently also has a large defence, so... Yeah, the Flemish are not going to give up their lands. It's just not an actual faction or something. Since, they've already got their Flemish pikes, but oh well. Yeah. They're not going to be easy to bring down, is what I'm going to say. May need to bide our time with them. I suspect the French won't be interested in them at this exact moment in time. So perhaps if we try and just over-fortify Caen and Rennes, we might be in a better position there. While I focus on conquering Ireland and Wales, and hopefully Iverness as well. So for now, we'll hold our position there. So, let's see what else we can do this turn. So Rennes is building, Caen is doing everything it needs to do. London could work on a leather tanner with the last of my funds, which will allow us to upgrade the armour of troops we recruit in this area, which is always something useful. Do I have any other offers on construction? York can also work on a tanner. I'm going to work on a tanner in London, which means I have spent all my money, unfortunately, but yeah, I feel like that might be useful to us. So, anyway, 10 turns in already. My, does time fly. How are we doing? Well, we've started. I wouldn't say it's the strongest start in the world. It's a bit rocky, but we're up 2 provinces at least, now that we control Rennes and York, and hopefully within a very, very short amount of time, we'll also hold on to Caernarvon and start making designs on Dublin. That being said, I think we need to pay more attention to our battle strategy. For right now, it's crap. So that's something for me to work on. In terms of our faction summary, William still reigns on the throne, though he should have died by now. And what I will protect... Oh, there's the year. Ah, right. Bit buried, but yeah, it's 1098 now, by the way. So 18 years have already passed. Fucking hell. London remains our capital, and William the Conqueror is both greatest general and faction leader. We have 4 generals at our command and 2 cities, and we've won 3 battles, owned 3 castles, which gives us a total of 5 out of 45 provinces, which means we're beginning to move towards victory, but it's still a very, very long way away. But yeah, we're on 3 victories to 2 defeats. So at least we're having more victories than defeats, but it's still a very, very close ratio. Let's try and make sure it doesn't go any further. By the way, AI, save your cash when you can, please. Also, yeah, Rennes, what taxes could I set you up on, by the way? Oh, wait, I can't because, yeah. Right, focus on a growth bill policy, by the way. It might mean less income, but at the same time, it means more population. If we can grow Rennes up quite soonish, then that's going to pay dividends to us. So, yeah, that's pretty much where we're at there. In terms of diplomacy, We've actually managed to set off on a strong foot. We've got trading relations with France, Milan, and the Holy Roman Empire, and we'll hopefully get some with Venice, and then we'll try and get some influence with the Iberians. And we're also allied to the Scottish through marriage, except the guy I married is at the bottom of the sea or died in Denmark or something stupid. So, yeah. In terms of a Pope, we're still doing quite alright with him. He feels no ill will against us. Pope Gregory he's been the one and only Pope so far. And looks like the Holy Roman Empire remains least favourite among the bunch. However, my standing is at level pegging with the French. I'll need to try and get more faith with the Pope over the French if I'm to ever have a successful war against them and tank it out in case of papal disapproval. Family tree's growing a little bit as well. We've got William still on the throne. Rufus currently lodged up in York with Claire. And, oh god, that's a bit of an age gap. Edward Canmore died. I don't really know how he died. And also, I'm not too interested. But it does mean that any claim to the Scottish throne I can try and enforce is now, well, it's as good as gone. Robert is also still here, 28 years old, with Linota, his wife, and Henry, who's only just come of age, and he's just doing fine. So, yeah, we're doing alright, really, in terms of that. In terms of faction rankings, how we're doing against all the other factions in the world right now. We are with this one, so, yeah, we're doing alright. Looks like we're in the upper half among the other factions, where it looks like the French are leading at the second, with the Byzantines and Holy Romans leading the other positions. No one's dead yet, and in terms of a top 5, we're actually in the top 5 already, so you know what, that's a good place to be in terms of overall ranking. But as you can see, our fortunes have been mixed so far. But the other winning factions at the minute, it's the French in first, which is concerning, the Byzantines in second, the Imperials in third. Oh wait, I'm not in the top 5, fuck. That was a bit promiscuous of me. The Egyptians in fourth, and Venice sits in fifth. So where do I fit? I think I'm 7th. The Milanese are above me as well, or the Turks, they're one of the two. So we could be doing better, which we'll try and do. In terms of College of Cardinals, well, I think everyone else is favourite for the Pope. I mean, I'm among them, but Aston needs to be more. But then again, I guess we're better than Domingo the Corrupt. He is probably not going to be being Pope anytime soon, and hopefully Aston's mission to spread Catholicism into southern Iberia will be a success to me, and will hopefully give me some more standing among His Holiness as I spread God's word among these lands. Anyway, were it a different episode, I would actually say this is where we'll call it an end, but since we haven't really done a battle or anything, we're actually going to be jumping on to the next turn. So, let us proceed and continue doing what we need to be doing.
This is a brilliant spot to spring a deadly trap, sire.
So, the Council of Nobles wants us to reinforce Nottingham now. And we have 5 turns to establish a garrison of 4 units, and will be rewarded with more units. Sounds logical. Also, the French made an incursion. However, I suspect that army rebelled and fucked off into Flanders. So, I'll let it slide this time, France. Next time I might not be so merciful. Captain John, make your way back to Rennes before we piss the French off any further, though, just in case. Right. I could actually just send back some of Henry's army, by the way, but
An
I would
order.
rather not
Yes, sire.
have anything
Moving
go
to
wrong
crush the
at
enemy.
Caernarvon. So, we're going to move on Caernarvon now, and oh yeah, our money is fuck all at the minute. I think we'll just go cold turkey for a turn in terms of spending. That may be the wiser option for now.
Besieging the cowards, my liege.
Prepare 2 siege towers and a ram. We'll take the town by force this time. Hold your siege and await further orders, please.
Patiently awaiting
Wait,
to
how long is it going
breach
to take to
and
build that?
butcher, sire.
1 turn. Alright.
They'll wish they'd never been born, sire. Patiently awaiting to breach and butcher, sire.
You've got an unhealthy obsession with killing, right? Nottingham, you need units. Have 4 fucking units of peasants, at which I will disband soon. Well, tell you what, make one of them some levy spears, then make the rest of them peasants. Right, done. I'll reinforce Nottingham and I'll just de-enforce it later. Right. We're not doing well anywhere here, by the way, in terms of money. We're actually going to turn over a tiny profit, but I'm not going to spend anything further. Robert has now become more fair in his rule while controlling Cayenne, so I'm happy with that. However, I'm not going to recruit any further troops in the area. I suspect Cayenne's army may be getting a little bit unsustainable, as our army upkeep is basically making up a very large portion of our costs. I think we will make a few cutbacks in the area. I don't want to make cutbacks in Ran, but at the same time,
My lord.
maybe we can live without this unit of billmen for now. Construction report, by the way. Nottingham has communal farming, Cayenne a chapel, and Rand has established a grain exchange, which will hopefully make us some more money. And in terms of recruitment report, Cayenne has recruited some levy spears and some male knights. Okay, Cayenne. Yeah, I don't want to make cutbacks on Cayenne's army, but tell you what, disband a unit of levy spears for now, just because, yeah, we can maybe live without some of them. And once we're done with Caernarvon, I'm just going to disband pretty much everything out of that army. So I think we'll just have to take a turn of financial hardship, and then we'll be in a better position. So anything else that we do need to action? Aston, continue making your way into Moorish lands and spread the Catholicism around. Well, yeah, he's doing a very good job. He's having a little sermon as he walks. But we've made our way up to Valencia now, which is still somewhat Catholic, and is led by El Cid the Chivalrous, who, I guess at this point in history, had said, fuck it, I don't want to be serving King Alfonso anymore. However, he wouldn't kill him or draw steel against his own kingdom, so he just basically made Valencia his own pad. Alright, keep moving around.
I am spent, sire.
El Cid
I shall continue tomorrow.
Actually, El Cid was actually a pretty inspirational dude as well. Both Christian and Muslim fought alike for him because he was just basically such a nice guy. Anyway, we will move into Moorish lands and we'll do our spreading of the good word. And yeah, right. You
At
look.
your service.
What's our chance of buying
Shall
them
I
out?
deal
Shit
with
all.
the competition, sire?
Yeah, don't deal with the competition for now. You know what? Oh, 5 fucking florins for that wool. He's undercutting our prices. Go to sell that wool up there. Maybe it's better. Maybe Yorkshire wool's a little better. So I can't quite move in. Yeah, I need to turn down the sensitivity here. Yeah, go trade
Opening
some
a new
stuff
trade
and then,
lane,
I don't know,
my
go get murdered on the next turn. By the way, diplomat, where are you at?
Sire.
Go and have... What is that, by the way? That is a heretic. Oh, wow, a heretic. What are you?
My word, and you condemn yourself to purgatory.
I don't know what purgatory is, but apparently this is Jubal. He's a heretic. He has a little bit of piety. I guess really having a heretic in the area is probably not a good idea. It's probably something that the Pope might look down upon if you're letting them, you know, exist.
Without question, sire.
Anyway, find Venice, chat to Venice. Oh, there's Venice.
Approaching their dignitary, sire.
Go and get me trading rights.
Something I can do for you, noble lord?
There is Councillor Bartolomeo. You will give me trading rights, and in return, we will swap some map information, maybe?
I see no problem here. It is agreed.
Thank
This
you.
concludes our meeting, yes?
And what we know about the Venetians now is they hold Innsbruck, Zagreb, and Ragusa, as well as Venice itself. So they're doing quite well for themselves. They're holding a nice little bit of land in this area. But for now,
I cannot do that, sire.
Head a little bit north if you wish. Maybe we can chat with the Danes and the
Yes,
Slavs.
sire.
They may provide us something to do. Oh wait, is he holding a spear or a staff?
It matters not how pious you are. Your idol is false.
Okay, whatever. Yeah. I'm tempted to disband Admiral Nigel at this spirit, actually, just because... But then again, he isn't costing me the world. I'll keep him around for now, but yeah. We really need to deal with this money situation. Our economy is absolutely pants at the minute, but... If we move on to the next turn, hopefully our fortunes will change a little bit. But I'm already regretting building that leather tanner. But hey, I can probably upgrade my dude's armor or something. Oh wait, is it even built yet? Frig. Right, maybe I can unbuild it then? Like, I don't know, what would happen? Oh, I just get my money back. Right, good. Right, I do apologise, but I've wasted everyone's time on that. But we're going to unbuild that and we're going to wait for further orders. Or maybe... Going for a port would give me some trade, actually. And we don't have trade yet. Yo, get a port up. Right, I know it's spending money, but you know what? If it's going to get me trade, it can go up. Simple as that. Right, let's move on to the next turn. And we'll take Caernarvon on the next turn. And we're going to convert it into a town. And make buckets of money off it. As well as do a lot of disbanding. Right, so it seems there's nothing to report at the minute, so that's all well and good, because there's some pirates on the move, and another Scottish fleet.
What is it, my friend?
But this one's not carrying anything. Okay, whatever. End of turn report, by the way. Profits were not... well, but it exists, we lost money, but we're doing a little better. You, Philip of Dunwich, have an idea. It's only 7 florins per turn, but I don't know, go trade some Scottish dives or something. I think we can make more money. I guess it's more money if you just trade in someone else's lands. Since we're nice with the Scottish, I'm sure they'd allow this and not like try and buy me out or something, because I feel that's a little bit dickish. Anyway, get moving and see what money you can make, my friend.
I'll continue once I have rested, sire.
Okay, recruitment report by the way. Nottingham has levy spears and also some peasants, and we'll recruit 1 more unit over the course of this turn, and then we will have some free military units off the Council of Nobles. Anyway, I think it's time for today's event, really. We're going to take Caernarvon, and we're going to do it properly. Since there's nothing else to do around here at the minute, because there's no one for you to talk to. You're just still heading north, but I can watch you head north.
I cannot do that, sire.
Find a French princess.
Behold, true French beauty.
Whatever. Right, just keep moving.
Tomorrow's journey planned out, sire.
And as for you, don't bother messing around with El Cid, even though you're making it more Catholic, but I want you to focus on
my way.
Harassing the Moors, or, you know, converting the Moors, which are just to the south now. We've made it into Moorish lands, which are not very Catholic. Sit around and spread the word, please. And I'll watch you get assassinated about 1 turn later, but you know what, I'm taking a risk. Right, keep spreading. I can also use it to observe the Moors as well and see what they're up to.
Continuing once I have rested.
Okay, that's fine. Rightio, so what's our move now? Well, our move is we're going to go and have a fight. Henry,
Yes.
I'm trusting you to take Caernarvon this time and not have anything go wrong.
Them, my lord.
You will slaughter them, or you will come home. Well, you won't even come home. Simple as that, really. I'll just exile you. Assault the town. Do not have any errors this time. So this time Captain Lose is going to lose because the balance of power is 9-5 in my favour. He still has the same build-up as last time, however his numbers are very slightly diminished, but not diminished enough. Either way, I feel this time the luck maybe in my favour. Maybe we can get Henry a command star. Fight it on the battle map, and please do not have defeat come to my door again.
There'll be no escaping us now! Attack! See, our foes have drawn themselves up into neat ranks. That's very nice of them, because it makes identifying the bodies so much easier. So, lads, we're here to kill as many of them as necessary. And if we kill a few more, well, I won't be too bothered. Try not to get killed yourselves, though. And when this is all over, we'll drink to our continued good health. These rebellious knaves and villains are not fit to breathe the same air as we honest Englishmen. They must all die before dawn comes again. This is a mercy, because they richly deserve the gallows for turning against their betters. I see the foe dare not fight us man to man, but must rely on a woman's stratagem of throwing things at us. And so to battle. For my part, I will not die in the company of anyone other than a good Englishman. And I would not die other than with friends and comrades in arms. But this talk of death is premature. Let us say rather that I would not have victory with anyone other than comrades in arms. You men! You Englishmen!
May I speak now? Of course I can, right. Those of you who don't get disbanded at the end of this battle will continue to drink to good health. The rest of you will drink in a gutter or something. Right, we're back in Caernarvon, and this time we're going to do better. We're going to make our assault, we're going to bring down the gates, and well, that's what we're going to do. So, we have the archers doing this, but I don't want the archers on there. Instead, archers, you know what? We're going to counter volley the enemy this time. Use some fire arrows and heat the enemy up a little bit. I have a unit of levy spears carry the ram. And it will also bring the siege towers. We are going to basically this time put maximum pressure on the gates. Now, I want the militia spear. Actually, no, because I don't know which one's better. I don't know if there is a difference, but yeah. Levy spears will focus on assaulting the gates. Militia spears will focus on the walls, because we saw how well it went last time. However, this time I have a siege tower that will keep them safe and might also serve them a little better. Knights will move in the city when we have the gates under our control, as will the general's bodyguards. So there we go. Right. Okay, men. We have a plan this time. We're attacking on 3 different points, and if we get those gates open, all the better. For now, move in and do me proud. Where are my archers, by the way?
Archers!
You're going up first.
Move out!
Archers, open fire on the walls. Towers, prepare to assault the walls and take control. Ram, get down there. Looks like the enemy has left that area badly defended. That's going to be our opportunity to strike. Let the towers serve as a distraction for the enemy, who are currently trying to set fire to the tower as well. Luckily, their arrows seem to just go right through them, so I guess that's good. It probably isn't. Anyway, start moving across. The enemy's throwing everything they have at us. Well, they're throwing all their arrows at us, also known as the woman's stratagem, which someone's going to kick off about, but oh well. Right, archers are beginning to open fire. Excellent. Our shots are not going to be the most accurate because we are using fire arrows. However, if we try and get some good shots out there, it might work. Then actually, tell you what, go for kill shots. If they don't wear armor, go for kill shots. I feel like if we just maybe rain arrows, we might be a bit more accurate, and then also maybe get a few more kills against these hated combomen. Luckily, our siege equipment is doing very, very well, and I guess this is our last hour volley of fire. Yeah. Oh, we set at least one guy on fire. Good, 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 good. Right. Archers, continue volley against the enemy. Try and hit... Oh, fuck's sake. Guys, leave a tower alone then. Right, we're going to have to rethink our plans. Prepare to advance with the other tower instead. Maybe next time we maybe cope them with something that's a bit fire retardant. Oh god, no, the enemy's going to go all out on
Our
it
men
now.
have reached the gate with the
It's
battering
alright.
ram.
We have the ram still, and we're bringing the gate down. It's not over yet. Guys, we are getting that tower on the wall, aren't we? Because the longer it's sat there, the more likely it is the enemy's going to burn it to the ground. So, you know, get a shift on, please. Rather than just standing there confused. Come on. It should... Oh, my God, guys! Oh, yeah, now you move it up. Right, guys, honestly, that was some really, really... absolutely mega crap I saw there.
Done well. The gates have fallen.
Right, come on, I'm not having this go wrong on me, right? Levy spears, get in there, rush those peasants, and get me control of the initial area. Archers, you're working overtime, unfortunately. Keep trying to bring these enemies down. I am seeing some enemies some of these are starting to die, though,
towers
so
have been destroyed.
we might have the
Now we must
opportunity.
use other means to break our foes' defenses.
Yes. Right, you lot, get out of range of the enemy. We'll just keep a few of our men in at the second. I don't want all of them just committing themselves to being killed. Peasant archers are still in trouble though, but then again, they don't seem to be taking many kills. Well, they're not, you know, they're not dying, but so we might be all right there for now. Keep it up for now, men. We might be able to keep this one going for now. Those peasants should
The
hopefully
battle is
break.
very much in our favour. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
Quite a few of those peasants die now, so that's excellent news. I mean, I'm going to prepare the mailed knights to come in as well. Once we have control of this gatehouse, I'm getting the mailed knights in here because we can rush that plaza, and that might cause the enemy's defences to basically lose organisation, which is ideally what I'm aiming to achieve, really, in a way. Either way, archers, keep it up. Looks like the enemy's starting to lose some organisation now and is starting to pull away. Try and hit those spearmen who are on the walls. They can't fight back, and right, we're still getting hit over here. So right, you lot, pull back a little further, please. Just up to there, because they're clearly not hitting the knights, so you should be all right there. Right, we're starting to gain some ground here. That's really good news. Looks like the enemy's just trying to pull all their archers here now, so I think they actually are just trying to hit the spearmen, but I have moved out of range now, which is why they're kind of giving up. Right, men. Keep pushing this gatehouse. We can do it. We can do it. I am seeing you getting in there. I mean, that was a good kill. More of that, please. Yes! Brutal. Right, more of that, spearman. More of that. If you do that, I'm going to stop doubting your abilities. It looks like the longbowmen are coming to join us. I'm not sure what armor they're using. Looks like they're using a bread knife. So, alright. We might be able to hold it for now. But some of our spearmen aren't doing so well. Some of them are beginning to throw in a towel. Right, militia spears, we may need to start getting ourselves ready to move in. Archers, focus your fire over here. I want to avoid, well, you know, focus on those Welsh spears. I want to avoid hitting our own men by accident, but right, we're starting to lose a lot of troops here. Militia spears, get ready to move in. Or better yet, cavalry. Start moving in. So I'm losing my spears here, which is annoying. Maybe a hard cavalry charge might just allow us to bolt through very quickly, especially since it's going to take time for the militia spears to get into position. The rest of my militia spears as well, can we get ready to move in? Okay. Bring in a big charge of knights now. This might work for us, it might not work for us, either way. I might just be playing desperate now just to make sure that we do not lose this territory. Knights, I want you to charge home and push through the enemy formations, and the only thing I want on your mind is hitting that plaza. Get to that plaza, and we might be able to pull the enemy's attention off the gatehouse. However, to do this, you must move fast and not have this weird shaking syndrome I'm seeing. Either way, get over there, get that plaza, militia spears, get in the city. We might have an opportunity to hit the enemy on their rear flank now. And
By St. George, our men have taken control of the castle.
Men, this is your opportunity. Get in that city now. The enemy is in retreat. We've tricked them, outmaneuvered them. Right, you get ready to move in. Levies who have come back, you
The
can
Lord
also
is
try
with
and get back in the
us!
city as well.
Our men no longer command the castle.
I'm not interested if we no longer command the castle. All I'm interested in is keeping the enemy distracted. If we can basically hit them on the back with a nice strong engagement. Well, actually, you know what? There's a lot of Welsh. Well, God, it's a right mix of Welsh units. But you know what, right, lads, get in there and start hitting the enemy. Just run in, go in for the charge. I'm gonna get the knights to try and hit the enemy, and I'm gonna get Henry himself in this field
and steadfast,
now.
victory will be ours.
Either way, hopefully we've exploited a tactical weakness of the enemy. I am concerned of the amount of Welsh spears in the area, though. One charge and you pull out, and only one of you charges as well, because we took quite a few losses in our first engagement, so only one of you charges, and you couldn't even charge very well, could you? Right, guys, come on, cavalry. When I think of cavalry, I like cavalry that impacts, actually hits, because that's your speciality. You hit hard, and then you can get out of there. You guys just don't hit at all. You just kind of just tap. Anyway, I've got the spears coming in now, and they're going to start harrying the enemy. We have been caught up with this unit of Welsh spears here. However, they are completely surrounded, so we should be able to bring them down. Peasants, get control of this gatehouse, please. Take it over, and we might be able to bring the enemy down. Right, I've got Welsh spears watching us here, and the longbowmen also going to try and complicate issues. Right, I have an idea. Start patrolling the castle. We're going to find a new angle of attack. If the Welsh spears are going to try and prevent us, then we're just going to make sure we stay out of their range, and we'll look for a new opportunity for attack. That's how we're going to play this one today. Right, how am I doing with my spears now? See that Henry's arriving, and we are bringing these Welsh spears down. My guys do have slightly more endurance than the enemy. Henry, oh, do I want you joining in? I don't really want you joining in. Last thing I need is Henry dying. I mean, I know he wants to die in English camaraderie, but at the same time, I don't want him dying in his first battle either. We've got some Welsh longbowmen trying to assault you there, though. Teach him a lesson. Or he's trying to listen to an order. Henry, get into formation and deal with those Welsh longbowmen. God, the CJI in this game better not be crap as well. I had enough of that shit in Rome. Right. Enemies falling back, lads. Keep pushing on that plaza. Peasant archers, where are we up to? Get control of that gatehouse, please. Henry, can you get it through your thick skull? I want those archers dead. Please. Right, you lot, prepare to flank the enemy. Henry, are you listening? No, you're not. Of course, you're fucking up. Henry, get a fucking move on. Oh, you await my command, do you? Henry, you are fucking brain dead, aren't you? Get in there and kill. I mean, look, you're losing men now to guys you think don't exist. I mean, what have I done? Phased into a black hole? Because that's actually something that's not completely unknown to happen in Total War games. Right, look, they are there. You can see them. Oh, fuck's sake. Must I spoon feed this enemy to you? Get in there and kill them! Thank you for finally noticing them, Henry. Kill them all, because right now I have got enough on with... I've got Welsh spearmen moving in on us there, right? Damn it, the enemy is annoyingly competent. Keep moving, lads. Wait. Time to hit them on the back. They're not looking. Right, hit them hard. And I mean... Oh, fuck's sake, we've turned around. And you guys aren't going to hit hard anyway, are you? No, you're just going to get your swords out.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Right, cavalry. Can we please, in the future, use our lances when charging instead of using our swords? Because it never works. Unless, I bet it's alt attack, right? This time, alt attack. Does that make you get your stupid lances out? No, it doesn't, right? Guys, lances up or something, because... Look, I know you have lances. Get them out. Or do you just drop them at the first charge? Because if you do that, then honestly, you're fucking stupid. I know it's heavy and shit, but I'm not making like a million maces in my woodworking shops and all that. Right. Give them something to worry about. Henry, have you finally done your job? I think, yeah.
Attack!
Come on. Thank you. Right, he's finally noticed that enemy, right? And the trumpet's off key again, right? Archers, we're holding that gate now. Thank you. That belongs to me, right? Keep holding it properly. Right. Spears, I want you moving in, and I want to get some of you starting to surround the enemy now, because we're starting to have some routing, and that isn't really very cool. We need to keep putting pressure on the enemy, and we need to get control of his plaza soonish, because I've got cavalry here who are just dying because, well, they're just not very good at what they do. So, right, get out of there, and I'll wait for their orders. General, you also get a move on before any more of your men die, and rally your men as well, because they're routing
Lord,
again.
only half our force remains.
Henry, can you keep the morale up in your own army, please? I'm watching them all run away, and I'm realising that I'm about to lose Caernarvon again, and honestly, that's a prospect that I'm not very happy with, so, you know, put the effort in and get your men under control. Because I'm not having this, Henry. I'm not having this.
Our men have slain the enemy general. Without him, his troops will lose their will to fight.
Excellent, you finally learned to get your lances out again, right? My spearmen may be in a mass rout, so I'll enjoy disbanding them later. Right, cavalry, we're gonna have to kill them with cavalry, which I don't want to do because I know you lot are just gonna fucking die on me. But yeah, it's all we're gonna have to do really. So Henry, fight him to the death. Bring down every last bowman, and you know, give him a nice painful death. I've got the peasant archers moving up to provide support. I'm not gonna have them actually fire though. I think they may have to resort to using their own melee weaponry. And guys, come on. The battle was actually going quite well. The enemy general died. Maybe I'll rally again.
Our men are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Some of our men listen to us. Right, get back in that city and await further orders. Those who remain to fight may avoid being disbanded soon. Those who choose to run away, well, I can't say I have a lot of respect for you. Right, it's time to bring down these peasants and spearmen. It feels literally very nasty that I'm having to use my cavalry, but fine. These knights shall also face a disbandment soon. I can keep my military in the British Isles weak for now and prioritise the French areas, since I have the Scots on my side, who are totally not going to backstab me, because actually they don't seem to be up to anything. They're more interested in basically killing themselves, so yeah. Right. Looks like the majority of my troops are coming back. Right, infantry, form up and prepare to fight it again. Right, cavalry, get yourselves out of there before you all die in routes. Peasant archers, once my cavalry's out of there, I want you to give these guys a few deadly volleys, please. But it looks like the Welsh spearmen are just about out for the count anyway, and my knights also don't listen to me when I say retreat, so, yeah. Whatever.
By St. George, our men have taken control of the castle.
By St. George, our men have taken control of the castle once more. Good. Alright, looks like we're going to win this one, but we didn't win it very well. We need to do better than this. Much better. Still.
Victory is ours. Let it be a salve upon our wounds.
Wounds which are too numerous to count, and well, too numerous for my liking at the same time. Okay. Victory may be ours, but we did basically lose half our army. Still. Hopefully, but I can get a return on my investment in Caernarvon. We did not do very well there. But standout unit was the Mailed Knights. They brought in a lot of kills, as did Henry. Spearmen didn't do too awful, but yeah. Morale wasn't on our side, and I just don't feel there's a lot of coordination among my men. We need to try and get the men to listen to us better in battle.
Victory! Nothing can stop us, sire. The settlement has fallen. Take the spoils of war.
There's literally nothing. Oh, actually, we could get a lot from sacking Caernarvon. I don't want to sack Caernarvon, but I need the cash. Then again, no, because it actually belongs. Right? No, occupy it. Occupy the town. Which makes Henry a little more fair in rule, so it might make him a little less dreaded at least. And he also now has acquired a veteran warrior who is a hardened old brother in arms, which will give him additional personal security and additional command when commanding infantry. But also Henry gets a winning first trait as well, so it makes him a bit more dreaded. But the enemy army has routed, and I can now focus on disbanding what I don't need. So, disband the levies, we no longer have need of them. And also begin the process of... we need more money to convert this area. I should have sacked them. Oh well, next turn we're gonna begin the process of converting Caernarvon into a town, for we need the money from it. Disband the mailed knights, by the way, and get rid of any weakened units of militia spears. 4 units should be enough. Well, 3 units better. We don't need a big garrison here. We can work on a minimal garrison. Right, what's our profit line looking for now? It's looking much better now. Good. We might just be rescuing his financial situation then. But we still have the last of his turn to admin. But to be honest, given that I want to save up the money now for acquiring the ability to turn Caernarvon into a town, I may hold off. But if there is anything absolutely essential, then I will action it. I mean, anything to do in Rands, we can upgrade the wooden walls, which will actually, I believe, in this game you actually have to upgrade the walls in order to upgrade a town. However, we don't have enough money for that, so yeah. Or we could establish a brothel and start recruiting spies. A town, yeah, you know what, we do need to build a... I don't want to spend money, but just this once, get a town watch up in Rennes, because it's absolutely essential we have some form of recruitment available in the area. Because I don't know if I was a one-off incursion from the French. We need to be wary.
Aye, sire.
And Nigel, try and avoid being pirated to death or something, so just move up here.
Set sail!
Okay. Anyway, I think that's where I'm going to call it an episode for tonight, my friends. So, what did we achieve? Well, we got hold of Caernarvon at long last. I'm happy at that, because, well, that did not go down easily. And my battle technique still leaves a lot to be desired. But hey, we're working on it. And you know what? It's a victory. We didn't lose again. That would have been unacceptable. But we need to definitely improve our tactics here. But hey, you know what? It went the same way in my Carthage campaign. I lost all the battles at first, but then I got better. It's just through practice, 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 practice. Anyway, like I said, that is where we're going to call it an episode. So next time... I don't really know, really. Well, alright. We may not be able to make a move on Bruges just yet. However, Dublin would be a good target next. Then Iverness. Let's continue our campaign to consolidate the British Isles and keep the Scottish weak, but in my pocket at the same time. See you there, my friends.